Welcome to Mudding with BEAGS. This is episode 42. And I just want to make a public service announcement that yes, I have seen the documentary When the Buildings Cried. And yes, I have seen EWAR. And no, you don't need to ask me every week or every day or every comment or every other email or every other chat if I've seen these documentaries. Of course I've seen them. Why would I not have seen them? I mean, come on, people. Forget this mess. Beagle, roll them credits. Let's go mudding.
What is it? Is it treasure map?
What we have here is 1912 Dime Savings Bank and Detroit City Hall. And this is the Detroit City Hall right here. And I believe this is the Dime Savings Bank, but I'm not positive. But this one's under construction, which is interesting to me, and you can't see it in this photograph. I just know it from my research, is that every one of these little boxes right here is a flat earth asterisk, and I just know that from other images I've seen of it. So they built this building, steel building, and it's covered in flat earth asterisks, which I just find interesting. And it's done in a very old world style. I don't know. I put this building, anything before 1945, I consider suspect, and that has to do with a little finagling they did with a little ship, where they tried to make it disappear. And I got a feeling, and this is just me speculations, is that they did something to manipulate the time, or the matrix in some way when they tried to make the ship disappear. And they changed something in how we see our world. I don't have the answers. It's just, if in my research I have found so many anomalies that it makes me wonder. I think that this building is an anomaly. And it's on my list to research further down the road. What I'm saying is, don't take face value that, oh, we're building a steel building, oh, we have construction photos, oh, it's 1912, oh. No, before 1945, as far as I'm concerned, and you can have your own opinion, that's fine, everybody has their own opinion, but the opinion that's coming out of my tail hole is that this building is suspect. I'm not saying that it's old world, I'm just saying that it's suspect. It's possible that this photograph is older than we know. It's possible that this photograph was manipulated in some way, photoshopped. It would be very simple, if you know anything about photography, to Photoshop that photo into the foreground. Like this right here, over to here, up here, around here, around here, around here, around here, around here. That could be one photo. And then all this and all this could be another photo. So they could have a photo, this could be like from a picture from 1912, and this back here could be from a later time, before the reset, when they were building the building. I'm not saying that it is, I'm just saying that it's possible. And it's a lot more possible than you realize. I know that with my limited darkroom experience, that I could Photoshop this photo. Given a darkroom and an X-Acto knife and two pictures, these two pictures, I could make this picture. And that's with limited experience. It could be done. Definitely. No doubt. I mean, that right there, look at that. Does that not look photoshopped? Does that look like you open up Microsoft Paint and you use the little spray can icon thing, what little tool, and you spray? Got a wind catcher here. This is for bringing in the air and helping circulate through the building. And they use the portholes, which are right here, which would open up. And they would later change these. These may have already been changed. Just hard to tell from the picture. But that would help with moving the air. And then they would have an output also. They were all kinds of different ones. Got a clock here. It looks like it's got the 4 lines for 4 on this clock. Hard to tell though. Interesting. Very interesting. Got ether antenna, ether antenna, ether antenna, ether antenna, ether antenna. Basically, if it looks like a flagpole, it's an ether antenna. Got it? Get it? Good. Fleur-de-lis, they represent the flat Earth. This is ether fencing. These are ether finials, and they bring in the ether, the free energy from out of the atmosphere. What we got over here? Let's see. This is called a dental cobble, if I remember correctly. And it's supposed to look like teeth. I think I'm saying that right. Got arches, arched windows. Got boss man right there. Taking care of the boss man. We got some horse shit we added to the building there. Oh, we definitely got some horse shit here. 1887 maybe? Oh, that's beautiful design work right there. See, it's facade. See, it's a brick building with facade. And I believe facade is French for face. I could be wrong about that, but that's kind of my memory of it. See how they do that? It's all facade. Everything's brick. This world's brick. Brick, 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 brick. And I'm not sure, but I think I remember that this building might have had pavement light around it, which is also interesting. Check out these old cars. These old ether lights. Got you a Mudflood window and door. That one's probably a door. Hard to tell though. More Mudflood windows there. Old cannon that's not a cannon. When there's another person standing in a window. Why do these fools do that? I don't know why they did that back then. I think we added these steps here on the front. More Mudflood windows. Another cannon that ain't a cannon. Random dude. Arches. Some horseshit signage we like to put on. We love our horseshit signage. Some fella, most of these got taken out. They didn't want you to see the statues or whatever was in there. Kind of ridiculous. I believe these are capacitors. Ether fencing. Alrighty. Oh, looks like Lady Justice there. Not sure who these ladies are supposed to be. There's one of them ball thingies. I wonder if it was filled with mercury. Mercury was a key substance used in the free energy systems, which is why they today make us fear it. Oh, mercury's bad. Run for your lives, it's mercury. There's Fred. Fred is the horse that built America. You can just barely see him, but he is always on the job. Always getting these bricks to the buildings, get these buildings built. And, you know, he probably delivered the steel too. You want to know the truth? And we got a auto rides for crippled children in New York in 1908. And I think this style balcony is old world here. And I think later we turned them into, and this is probably where the idea for the fire escape came from. Because I think we added the fire escapes. Got Mudflood windows back there. Beautiful wrought iron work. Those are cool right there. Oh, you children's. Smoking in my pipe. Got some underground action right there. There's a lot of youngins running around here. Ooh, that's a lot of youngins. Got no time for that. Doggone. Got to get some research done, yeah. Okay, looks like old gaslight. I don't know what's going on back there. Got a lot going on. Arch windows. See, we would have added these fire escapes. I think all this is us. You can see the difference between old world and new world. If it looks like horse shit, we built it. It's pretty simple, y'all. We were simple folk. And this is interesting here. Look, you got these carriages, okay, and you look in every carriage, and on the back driver's side passenger, there's this lady sitting right here. And it's just really odd. And they got their faces covered up. And they're the only ones with the faces covered up. This one's got hers uncovered. I think this one does too. This one's covered. I can't tell about these two. And I got another shot of this, and it's clear, and you get a better view of this. That is just odd to me. I don't know what the deal is there. They just look, I don't know, that's just creepy to me. I don't know, maybe it's something I don't understand about fashion. You can see that underground right there a little bit better that time. Look at the details on these stairs railing. I mean, that's just amazing. Got some intricate design there. Mudflood window. The other picture was bigger, but this one shows more detail. So I showed you both of them. Just show you that these flowers are symbols. They mean something. The different flowers mean different things. Flats to let. That word has always like annoyed me. To let. That's such a weird word. Not to rent, to let. To let. It's a weird freaking word. I don't know. It's probably nothing. It just, the word is strange to me. I don't know why. I don't know. Otto's street cleaner in 1913 New York City. I just thought this was strange. This contraption. That's a hell of a... Look at that chain. That is crazy. It's just a weird contraption. It's got a top here. I guess these doors opened up. Excuse me. Oriental rugs. That's Boss Man right there. Hey, Boss Man. I see you. I see you, Boss Man. I see you. Okay. That's enough of that. Got Boston, Mass. In 1910 Crawford House. Shout out to Boston Ray. Doing good work. Keep it up. Keep your boots on the ground, and people will help you with what you need. Just keep putting your nose to the grindstone and working it out, my friend. And I've got pavement light right here. This is in 1910, and this pavement light's just wore to shit, which is very interesting. Got windows underground here. That's suspect right there. Could be glass, but going into the underground, but it's hard to tell. Window on ground level. Look how big that door is compared to these midget little suckers right here. And by midget little suckers, I'm talking about people your size. Get your beer. Tourist field right there. Check out that kettle sign. Hot coffee. There's another kettle. Arched windows. Oriental teas and coffees. And there's a dental corbel. Again, looks like teeth. That's why they call it dental, because it looks like teeth. Get it? Got you a finial up here. Probably something to do with the free energy. Look at that brickwork right there. Where do you even start to figure that out? I don't know. That's above my pay grade there. I think that this is one of my old opinions, but I think we added the horseshit gutters. I think that's definitely our addition. Got an ether antenna here. Got some anomaly around it, which signifies that it's probably been vanilla skied. It's got a very vanilla sky look to it. Not sure what's going on right there. Check that out. That's probably part of the old wind catcher system there. Those, could be the outputs or something. Dental corbel. Another big ass door right there. Oh, look at this wonderful piece of horse shit. Obviously, I mean, that's one I'm not. This is a way I hadn't seen it before, but wow. Obviously, they had to modify this and bring the door up to the next level. That's a weird way of doing it. National Security Bank of Boston. Pyramid symbology. Got Mudflood windows over here. Got a trapdoor in the underground. Got coal hole covers here, here, and here. There's Fred. Fred's the horse that built America. And there's Wilbur, his cousin. We got more Mudflood windows, more Mudflood windows, more Mudflood windows. Haircuts. This one, can't tell on that clock. Boston Ray's got me looking at clocks now. See if there's a 1V or a for 4 or 3 dashes or marks, whatever, to be a 4. The hell is that? What? Look at that. Okay, you got this pole here. This is the ether antenna, right? Look how freaking big this thing is. It goes all the way to the ground. Holy crap. Holy crap, Batman. I ain't never seen that before. Look at these other finials here. Boy, they suck, man, they sucking some juice there. What are they running there? See how this is a brick building with facade. This is important to understand that we see these old buildings. We look at this outside and it looks like a stone building. These are not stone buildings. They're not stone buildings. I want to stress this. These buildings are brick buildings. And you'll see, now this is a trick that you should understand, is that when they say masonry, they say that is a masonry building, okay? And you're looking outside the building, you're like, yeah, that's made out of masonry, that's stonework, But you don't realize that brick is also called masonry. So when they say that's a masonry building, it's a coverall term. It's got a stone facade, like a limestone facade masonry, and a clay brick structure masonry. Okay, it's brick masonry. You got limestone masonry and brick masonry. The whole structure is made out of masonry, and that's important because, you know, they want to hide the narrative, right? That they're here. Most people got their head so far up their tail hole that they look at this building, they say that's a stone building, and that's all they'll ever get, right? But as a Mudflood researcher, you're going to realize that no, that's facade. That is a brick building. Where the F did the bricks come from? Who made all these bricks in the time frame that they say they were made? You know? Who? I mean, do these not look like staged men right here? Look how they're standing. I mean, this guy's supposed to be the flower shop runner, but look how these guys are standing. Like they're staged. I don't know. And we got Cobblestone Road. I've heard the theory now of that the cobblestone is brick, and I'm halfway on board with it, but the other half of me is not on board with it, and I have reasons why. But it's going to take more research, and it's something I'd like to flesh out later when basically it becomes more important to me. That's pavement light right there. But this is, I think it's possible just from a quick bit of research. I have not done the research on this, and I'm just talking out my first thoughts, is that some of these roads could be brick roads, and that they were possibly melted and then they look like stones, cobblestones. But I think that there's a lot more going on to that, and I got a feeling that if I start flushing it out, it's gonna wash out and the theory's gonna fall apart. But I got to spend time on it, and I don't know. Right now, it's not worth my time. Bread lines, Bowery men waiting on Fleischmann's bread line in 1913. And you know, there's not a lot to see in this picture, but so these nice, calm, these big ass, huge windows, and you got this door outcrop that we make to cover up the big ass door, so we make the door smaller. What I wanted to say about this is that we have this same thing right here, this bread line, the soup lines. We have this today, and I don't mean in major cities. I mean in every town in America. Okay? But we don't call it breadlines or soup kitchens. Okay? We call it EBT. These people are in your local grocery store, in front of you, behind you. The government is giving them food stamps through EBT cards, which is a debit card. And they don't stand in line for their soup and their bread anymore. They stand behind you. It's still going on, y'all. They're hiding the fact that a lot of people in our country don't have enough to live on. And I know it's easy to say, oh, well, they can pick themselves up by their bootstraps and, fix their situation. But I'm here to tell you that you do not know people's situation. Unless you're in their shoes, you don't know. So don't look down on people when you don't know. I'm not saying that that people that are down and out are, the golden children of the world, but I'm saying they're people. They've had shit happen in their life. They're down on their luck. They hadn't had advantages like others. There's 1,000 different reasons. 1,000, a billion, a bajillion. So we got to look at it differently. Children's Delight carousel wagon with piano or calliope. I definitely butchered that. Circa 1910. And I just thought it was cool. So they would pull this up with a horse. And New York. Okay. They would pull it up with a horse, and little children would run up the stairs here. And they would get on the little carousel, and the guy would crank it with his wheel right here. And I've showed it in some of my videos before. I don't know if it was this one, but it was one just like this. And they ride around the carousel. It's just really, kind of neat. It reminds me of the tourist field. I don't know, just kind of neat. I like to show the old world, even the stuff that we created, because I got this feeling that some of this stuff is stuff we found, and guys grabbed it, or gals, but mainly the naughty boys would grab it and say, oh, I can make a business out of that. And this could be old world tech here, and somebody has modernized it and made a ride out of it that's mobile, or maybe it was a ride that was mobile and they just stole it, hooked up to horses, and started running around town. I don't know. I show it because it's possible. I don't know. I just think it's interesting. This is Cincinnati, Ohio, 1908. Mount Adams Incline, and this is a funacular. Funacular. A lot of people get that word wrong. And this one transports trolleys, and carts and wagons and people and everything. It's just really cool. But these funaculars were all over the place at one time. This was high-tech stuff. Really cool. Got Ethertech up here. Got a smokestack that's not a smokestack. Up there, there's just ball thingies. Look at that smokestack. Does that look... Why would you build a smokestack that elaborate just to puff smoke? Seriously? Looks like reminds me of a Tudor home. Weird. Check out this fellow. He got him a deck. Let's see. I don't know if we're going to see much, and this is stick frame crap that we built, looks like. There's your old bathroom outhouse. I don't think I want that. There's some brick, it looks like. So that's getting interesting. Mudflood Winter's there. Mudflood Winter's there. Look at that. Got doors under the houses. That's cool. Oh, whoa, look at that. Look at that arch underneath. Check that out. Whoa, what's that covering up, man? Look at that. How about that? Makes you wonder if there was some more here. Whoa. Mudflood Winters, trapdoor. Pull that up, get into the underground. There's more of that quote unquote cobblestone. Those are probably part of the old wind catcher systems. There's Fred. Fred is Horse Build America. He's always on the job, getting the bricks to and from, because somebody had to deliver the bricks. Had to be done. They say that we built it, so they had to move all the bricks. Had to do it somehow. Oh, what that thing is. Oh, it's rigging. Oh, hell no. Oh, no, he got it strapped over the side of the building there. He's gone rigging on the side, doing some painting or something. Oh, no. OSHA, call OSHA. Oh, red alert, OSHA, red alert. Oh, no. Oh, goodness gracious. I can't do it. No. God. Man, this is just got a lot going on here. Look at that, man. Why would you build like that? That's crazy. Oh man, that's just mind-bogglingly strange. Oh man, I'm trying to work that out in my head, how that's constructed. And like that, okay, I don't know. There's something over here. Oh, I forget what these are called. Oh man, I know what that's called. Oh shoot. I'll have to check and let you know in a minute. I know what those are called. Sometimes you can't get all the gears working, you know what I mean? Oh, check out Hello Castle. I don't even know what's going on here. This is so weird. Get your cocaine right here, 5 cents. Well, I bet you that was some good Coca-Cola. Tell you that right now. Check that out. Does that not look like it's going into the ground right there? Those right there. They are. They're going into the ground. What is going on here? I don't even know. What a weird picture. Okay, Clement Barnyard Dirigible in Shed in France, 1908. And let's see, this is strange, odd people, women in uniform, boss man, strange people lying around, Clement Bayard, not Barnyard. Did I say Barnyard? Bayard. Okay, whatever. Astra. Okey-dokey. That's weird, something on the negative there. So these are the sheds they would keep these dirigibles in. So this is during World War II or right before World War II, I believe. Can't rightly remember. That reminds me of something out of a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. Weird looking. It's Cleveland, Ohio, 1910 rotary coal car unloader. I just thought this was cool tech for 1910. I mean, they roll the train car, the train car. Look, let me help you out here. See, that's the train car. Okay. See that? And they roll it to dump it out. I mean, that's pretty high tech for 1910. Arc light right here. That's impressive for 1910. It really goes against my idea of what I thought the world was like at the turn of the century. I really thought these were some primitive son bitches, but I mean, they really stole some serious tech, boss man. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's just, to me, that's pretty impressive. We got Convention Hall in Denver under construction between 1908 and 1914. And we got Boss Man here, making sure everything's getting done to his specifications. Looks like we've modified something here, maybe. Arched doors and windows there, tearing the shit out of the front. You know, that's something you just see over and over and over again. And there's, when you see a repetitiveness of something, then you know there's horse shit around. It's like you see these buildings, they're almost all the way constructed, yet they'll be tearing out the front sidewalks and the bottom of the doors. And they're working on the top. I mean, it's like over and over and over again, porthole. Got domes at their antennas up here. I can't, it's not a great picture, this one, but it's just interesting that over and over and over again, you see the same phenomena. You don't see very many, and that, you tell me that building ain't in the ground. It don't even look right. It looks like it's been sawed in half. Just my opinion. Opinions like tail holes. Everybody's got one, and that is mine. That arc light right there. Can't see much else in that picture. But this one you can. Crowd outside Grand Central Station returning from summer vacations in 1908. Okay. And Fred is on the job, making deliveries, because that's what Fred does. And that is Pavement Light, because Pavement Light is part of the cover-up for the Mudflood. I've said it a million times, and I'll say it a million more until y'all get it. How many times I got to say it? Woman in uniform. Okay? How many times I got to say it? Woman in uniform. Man in uniform. Okay? Man in uniform. Man in uniform. Man in uniform. Okay? They're right out of Central Casting. Okay? They showed up for the picture this day, and they got their Central Casting. And you got subway entrance. Okay, yeah, it's subway entrance. You're right, because subway's underground, but, it's... Why did you build it this way? Why did you build the arch going into the ground? Why in the time of smoke trains are you going to build underground? Just saying, smoke's a little bit dirty. Just saying. Steam, smoke, I mean, you're going to put the smoke underground? The exhaust underground? Does that make sense? No, we're not talking electric trains here. Windifred. Reminds me of that movie, Fast and Furious, the one where she's like, punch into that window. And the guy goes in there with a CCTV camera and is watching Vin Diesel on there. Got more interest in underground here. Boater hats. Boater hats history is interesting if you want something to check out. Diamond symbology. And I don't know, well, I don't know if this is technically what that's called, but there's a term, an architectural term called diapering. And it looks like this. I'll show you diapering when I see it, an actual diapering, but it's actually called diapering. This is called the coin on the edges here. Yes, I'm looking into architectural terms. I'm trying to buck up my game. Because these terms are, important. Researching, what these things are called, and I'm trying to learn more, I ain't no architecture student. I didn't study architecture at no fancy college. If I want to learn something, I go learn it. Porthole, big old dome. You can do the same thing. Anything you want to learn in this world, all you got to do is go learn it. Go get you a book, go watch you a video, go talk to somebody that's in the know. All you got to do is pull your head out of your keister. Know that that's the Mudflood drop in right there. And that's Fred. All you got to do to learn anything you want to learn in this world is go learn it. The only thing stopping you from learning is you. Arc light. Coal hole cover there. There's Wilma. That's Fred's lady friend. That's her sister Betty. There's Pooper Scooper Man. Sup? Look how tall these openings here are. Trains back here. Alright, moving on. And okay, I got two shots of this. Detroit 1910 excavating for the new Union Station. A century later, the Mammoth, Michigan Central Station, they eventually rose here, still stands. And I just thought this image was interesting because one thing I think, in my personal opinion file, is that these steam shovels that they ran on the track, there's the track right there, I believe this is how they dug out the old train tracks. And I think these pictures are of them digging out the train tracks. So when you see these pictures where they're scooping dirt, they could have made this above ground, y'all. There's a reason they did this. This was not easy, to do back then. Look what they're doing here. They're moving shovels of dirt here. Okay, this is not easy times to work. So why are you going to do it hard? Why are you going to do things hard? There's a reason. They had to do it this way. They didn't want to do it this way. They had to do it this way in order to cover it up and in order to use the existing infrastructure. Got a burned out building there, it looks like. Had a fire. That's smoke damage. Chimney is not a chimney. Interesting, they got a crane there. That's a rarity to see something like that. That's a moon tower right there. They're all gone now. Austin still has some. Austin, Texas. They moved some of them to Austin. And I just recently realized that I've seen it 100 times, that movie. The one, oh shoot, what's the name? It'll come to me. About the 70s kids. It stars Matthew McConaughey and uh, oh, what's the name of that movie? Anyways, they here's another picture of it. There's a scene in there where they actually climb a moon tower. So I just thought that was really interesting. So you can go check that out. If I can remember the name of the movie. Uh, Gosh, I can remember the. I mean, look at these kids. They're like, hell yeah, I'm gonna jump down that. Watch, hold my beer. I mean, I think this is how they dug out the train tracks. I think this is when you see this scoop business always looks the same. It's because they came through here with the steam shovel that runs on the track and they scooped it out. Just my opinion. This guy's like, how am I going to cover all this up? Boss man wants this done, but I don't know, man. I don't know what I'm going to do. Hey, look at that train track. That ain't even laid straight. Look at that. Look how freaking crooked that is. That's so weird. I know that this I imagine this is a temporary track, or they're digging out the track, and that's hard to tell. This is something. This roundedness. I watched a documentary on this one time about why they rounded them. There's a reason they're rounded like that. I think I just saw another one over here. Where did I see that? It's not going to show it. There's a reason they were rounded. It had to do with they had to fell the tree, then cut them to a certain length, and then they had to skin them like this. And they did it on site before they even dropped them down the river, which was interesting. At least that's so the story goes. So you got to understand you got to research history, in order to understand, the bullshit. You got to research the official narrative to uncover the unofficial narrative. This is Detroit, 1912. Elliott Taylor and Wolfenden Cloak and Suit is a store. I've been asked to show more interiors, so when I find some interiors, I'm going to try to show them. And I think this is where central casting. I mean, I think that's what this is. It's like this is where the type of stores that people would go and they get their central casting outfit. Oh yeah, got a rose window back here. Huh. Jeez. Okay, that's interesting. I mean, what? Ooh. Okay, we're gonna build. Okay. You're gonna build a rose window, and then the only thing you're gonna look into is a store. What am I missing there? I don't know. Oh, this world is just mad. And these cabinetries, I mean, these are old world cabinetries. Look how nice those are. That's not cheap furniture, y'all. I mean, I've watched shows where there's a guy in England. He goes around looking for old furniture and stuff to sell. And look at that chair. What the hell is going on with that chair? I ain't never seen no chair like that. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's very weird. Here's in the same store. Got actual living people this time. Uniform. You know, it's all uniform. See, back then, I don't know if you know, but when you went into a store like this, at least, I don't know about the lower end stores, but probably the same, you didn't touch shit. Okay? They brought it to you. You said, I would like to see whatever the hell that is. And they would bring it to you. They served you. You didn't touch shit. You weren't allowed to touch shit until they allowed you to touch something. Okay? She said, I want to see this. And they brought it to her. Now she's playing with it. But then they'll take it back from her if she doesn't purchase. You know what I'm saying? They probably take back from her anyways if she did purchase it and put it in a box. But this is how they did it back then. You had like Walmart back then where you just walk in, walk up to anything you want to see. You had to ask the sales associate in order to touch anything. This picture looks so staged. I think that's Old World Tech, those radiator systems. I think the steam systems were already here. The symbology on the wall, it's interesting. And look at this glass work back here. Very interesting. Okay. And we got a dirigible balloon of Baron DeMarce? Something like that. Nobody cares. 1908. It's right there. DeMarce. Whatever. That is a strange contraption. I don't think I won't be up on in that thing. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think I'd be buying a ticket to that. I mean, to each his own. You know, if you want to ride in that, you know, hop on board. All aboard. Me? No. Easter 1913, New York, 5th Avenue, looking north. And riding on sightseeing tour with our bowler hat. Got a bunch of portholes here. And they call them portico windows now, but they were portholes. Okay? They opened. Okay? They opened up for ventilation. Look into ventilation problems. Like we don't even realize how much of a problem we caused when we came into these buildings. We wanted to, because we didn't have heat and air. Because the climate was different. Because then we added heat and air. We wanted to close the buildings up. We wanted to seal them up, okay? The problem is these buildings weren't designed for this. And so we created all kinds of problems. So like you see these old buildings and you'll have like a 10-foot ceiling or an 8-foot ceiling. Well, you know, when it's been modernized and you're sitting there looking at it like a drop ceiling, when you get up in there, it's actually double the size. So you'll have an 8-foot ceiling, it'll be a 16-foot ceiling, or a 10-foot ceiling, will be a 20-foot ceiling. And it's all the HVAC up in the ceiling, going up in these very large buildings. I'm not talking about these size. I'm talking about the big skyscraper buildings. I'm just saying that there's more going on up in those ceilings than we realize. Ether fencing. Excuse me. Tours fields, Scrub cartouche, old world lighting, more old world lighting, more old world lighting. I mean, look at these decked out. This image is not the best in the world, but it serves a purpose. Look at these top hats, son bitches. I tell you what now. What a time. Moving on. Easter 1913, 5th Avenue, New York. And there's Fred. Fred's Horse Built America. In case you didn't know, look at these guys. Assholes, all of them. Every one of them. You got a top hat, you're an asshole. Come on, man. That's like qualification for asshole. It's like your stamp of assholedness. The bowler hat people, they're our people, okay? They're standard issue. Torsfield, bowler hat wearers, you know, they're ours. That's weird how that building right there, right, and that building right there line up perfectly. That's kind of odd, right? Two different buildings, but they line up perfectly. Maybe it's a little off. I don't know. Oh, it's hard to tell. Wait a minute. I know how to tell. Huh. Ah, they're damn close. That's just weird. Okay. Ether antenna right here. This contraption going up. So ether antenna. Arched windows. Dress store. Arched windows. Sightseeing tour. Scrub cartouches. Adams Pepsin gum. I don't want any of that. Thank you. And we got Elmwood, a pre-revolutionary plantation in Essex County, Virginia, 1941. The 1852 Victorian stair tower to the left of the main entrance was removed in the 1950s during restoration of the house. Blah, blah, blah. So they're talking about that dude right there that was removed. And of course, you know, arched windows with windows on ground level, which is ridiculous. And this is in 1852. And I mean, it's just beat shit. Looks like something was done here. Big old door. Okay, so we got a door up here, and they've removed the stairs. What the hell's going on here, man? Oh, this world is so wackadoodle. Arch windows. Look at that. That is that a window or a door? Or what the hell is that? Look at that thing. It goes all the way. Okay, that is freaking weird, man. I don't even know what the hell's going on here. I mean, somebody was smoking something good on this one. Let's see what else we got. We got Elmwood again in 1941. Blah blah blah. Same house, and this is the back side. And we've got these Mudflood windows with arches. Bunch of horse pooey there. Got a door, another door above ground here. I just don't make no. That dog don't hunt, is what I'm telling you. There's a door below ground going into the underground there. They really messed with this building. I mean, there's all kinds of hanky-panky going on here. They modified the shit out of this building. Now this is more modern times. Let me see. It says I don't know what year this is, but I think this is taken in the 1950s or later. I don't see any other details that helps me. But this is what it would more look like today. I don't know if it's still there today, but this, you can see how they change it. See the horse shit, horse shit, horse shit, horse shit. See, I think it's really important to compare old pictures with new pictures. That's why boots on the ground is good. You know, I had some jackwagon jackknocker the other day make a comment on one of my on my video, Muddin with Beags Live, okay, and talking to Boston Ray, and he was saying some horse shit about how it's, instead of it being live, it's like some, you know, I forget the talking about basically I'm mudding from my carpet in an office in a house, something. Basically, I'm not there, so it shouldn't be called what I call it. Well, let me just newsflash you. How do you know I got legs? What if I ain't got no legs? Have you ever stopped to think about that? I'm just saying, I might have no lower half. I might be like, I might have I might be cut off of the belly. I ain't got no ass, no pecker, no legs. And you gonna talk shit about me? You gonna say some shit, act like I ain't doing my job? Think about that. Y'all got to think about your comments, about what you're saying to people. See, I don't give a shit, don't bother me. I just laughed it off. But, you know, there's people out there that you could really hurt their fucking feelings. We got to be more sensitive about the bullshit we say. Man, act like you got some fucking sense when you make a comment, is all I'm saying. Okay? I got legs, by the way, got an ass, I got a pecker. Okay? But I'm just saying, you don't fucking know that. Okay? Use your fucking head, people. Damn. Fort Pulaski between 1861 and 1865. And this is after they bombarded it in the Civil War, supposedly. So basically, they probably just filled it with dynamite and blew it up. Because I don't think this was cannon fire, people. We don't even know how to use these things. And how did they get, man, shit, man. I was watching a video the other day about, who was showing that? Oh, UAP. You know, UAP was showing about how they getting the cannon, how they were having trouble getting one cannon up there on the top of the fort so they could have it for the museum, you know, for the fort. And they were having all this struggle getting the damn thing back up there. And this is the same type cannon, okay? And, you know, we don't even know how they got the cannon on top, right? So, what makes you think we know how to fire the fucking thing? Think about that. Does that look like cannon fire? Seriously? This is a star fort, okay? That's a star fort. I mean, this is probably a photo op. They probably blew the shit out of this for the narrative. That's probably all this is. This is the same fort, and this is between 1890 and 1910. And this gives you a better idea what the fort actually looks like. And just look at the angular block work there. I mean, the brickwork there. Look at that. It's like a tongue and groove. Look at that. It goes this way, then goes this way, then goes this way. It's like tongue and grooved brickwork. That's BAD badass. It's just wild. And check that out. They say these are cannon portholes. Yeah, right. So, yeah. That's a lot of brick. Look at this thing. This is technology. You didn't fire a damn cannon from that. Look at that. What's going on right there? Is that like... Is it cracking and the brick is pushing out? Or what is that? That's so weird. I don't know. Is that a freaking anchor? What the hell? I don't know. That's obviously modern. We put that horseshit pipe in there. I don't know. And we got a Graf Zeppelin. This is the Graf Zeppelin over the Tower of David in Jerusalem in 1931. Well, that's a sight I thought I'd never see. Kind of hard to see the Zeppelin, but you can definitely see this tower. Probably ancient wind catcher there. That mason. Oh man, that stonework's really cool. Big old arches. Big old arches. Big old arches. Big old arches. And we got houses and mansions. Vanderbilt Mansion. Wedding day of Gladys Vanderbilt and Count Lazo. I can't pronounce that. I ain't gonna pronounce that name. Some jackass, some jackknocker in 1908. So a Vanderbilt's marrying some other, whack ass elitist. Whoop-de-doo. There's Boss Man right there. You want to come over here, Chihuahua? Chihuahua wants to come sit in my lap and help. He likes to watch the Mudflood pictures. Excuse me, he wants to get under my coat, under my sweatshirt. He likes to get under my sweatshirt and stay warm. Sorry for the interruption. That is Fred and Wilbur, and they are the horses that built America. Big old arch, this big ass mansion. That is a flat earth asterisk right there in a rose window, in case you need one of them. And that's just really odd. That is a very strange picture. That almost looks photoshopped. I don't know. It's like it's something. There's some weirdness in this picture. That doesn't look real to me. They've obviously vanilla skied it. But I don't know, it's very strange. Etherfinials up here. That is a very odd picture. I find it really, this dark line around the building, around this stuff, that's very odd. I don't know. Maybe it's normal. I don't know. I don't know. Not a very good picture though. 1912 Equitable Fire as viewed from the Singer Building. Okie dokie. And big old dome right down here. And you got portholes. Eagles represent the Phoenix and the Mercury. And I thought this is interesting how these are portals on every one of these here. Okay. And you have this, the way the structure goes down into there. So it's like a downward, like these are for ventilation, okay? And so maybe it has to do with the air going down. I don't know, it's just something interesting. At their antenna there. Let's see what we can see. Hard to see, but a lot going on there. As always, the pictures will be in the description. You can go and do your own digging and researching. And I do these videos because the way I do them, I don't do mud boots on the ground for two reasons. Number one reason, I don't drive. Okay, I haven't driven since 2008. Okay, I gave up driving a long time ago because I feel it's a horseshit thing to pay for, cars and tires and, oil and insurance and gas and what have you. Okay, and I wanted to live a much simpler life, so I stopped driving, and I haven't driven since 2008, and I'm damn proud of that. Okay, now if I need to get somewhere, I get somewhere. Okay, I just try not to get somewhere. It's about what you need to do. Okay, you do what you need to do, and you can do what you need to do. So that's reason number one. Reason number two is I live in the middle of nowhere, and there's very little around me, so I don't do mud boots on the ground for that reason. It's not because I don't have legs. I do what I can, and to be honest with you, I think I'm pretty damn good at it. Just toot my horn a little bit there. Toot toot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the best. Okay? I ain't the GOAT. But I think I do a pretty good job. I think I can do better. I think I will do better. But this is why I do what I do. I do what I can. Just like you should do what you can. Okay? Everybody should do their part. I'm doing what I can, you do what you can, and we all meet in the middle. Okay? We're gonna beat these son bitches. Okay? Arches inside there. Anywho, and we got New York 1912 Hotel Alphen, Herald Square, 1,500 rooms. 1,500 room hotel in 1912. That's a lot of rooms, man. God. That's a lot of rooms. You got to fill those rooms. Man, that's a lot of rooms to fill. I worked in a hotel when I was in high school, and we stayed like a quarter full. That was it. And it was like only special events that we really have any, major customers. Coal hole cover there, and there. So, how would you fill 1,500 rooms? We had I'm trying to remember, we had maybe somewhere between 150 and 300 rooms. I can't remember. It's been a long time. I did room service, and I wore a little polyester uniform with a black bow tie and an apron. I looked like a total jackass. But it was my job, and hey, I made pretty good money until, they didn't pay per hour or shit, of course, but the tips were pretty good because, you take care of people and people take care of you. And so I made pretty good tips in high school, working, taking room service to people. Scrub cartouche. I had met some famous people doing it. I remember taking a turkey sandwich to Dolly Parton one night. I took dinner to Kenny Rogers that night too because they were on tour, and I don't remember what he ate. And I met Sandra Day O'Connor, first woman Chief Justice. Who else? I met Big Daddy Kane while working there. I met all the I think it was F. It was they're not around anymore. It was one of the wrestling groups. They would come to town. Lex Luger and Junkyard Dog and oh my God, I can't remember all the names, but they all came. They would come every few months, and it was my job to take care of them and make sure they had everything they needed. And so I would make sure that I waited on them hand and foot. And anyways, I met all these wrestlers, and I remember one night I think there was like a Samoan or something, big ass son bitch. There's a flat Earth asterisk right there. And they come in from the wrestling match, and Lex Luger was all upset because they had a mistake, or because I don't know if you know this, and uh, cover your ears if you're a wrestling fan, but it's not real, okay? And by not real, I mean that it's staged. It's real. They thump and bang on each other, okay? I'll assure you, they people get hurt and stuff like that, but it's all staged. They know the winner. It's a planned event. It's staged, it's choreographed, and I know this personally because one of my good friends actually became a professional wrestler later, which I had told him when he said he was going to become a professional wrestler that he was out of his pure damn mind, and I didn't believe him. And he did. He actually became a professional wrestler. But it is actually staged and choreographed. But that being said, he ended up ending his career because of all the pain he was in, because it was his job to get beat up. It was a professional job. He was a professional wrestler whose job was to get the shit beat out of him. And he would get thrown, that's Phoenician Wave. And he would get the shit beat out of him night after night and thrown through tables. And of course, they saw the tables. I don't know if you realize this, that there's the coffin thing. I don't know what that represents. But that's an interesting symbol. I believe it's a Phoenician symbol, but I don't know. It's a Phoenician wave. Got portholes here. Porthole. Sometimes I'll say portals. That's just my country. That's been Vanilla Sky. Got ether antenna. Got another ether antenna over here. They might today call them portico windows, and they might have been called portico windows, but they function, and that's really what we need to concern ourselves with is they function as a porthole, meaning it opens. This is important, okay? Because this is part of the air ventilation system, okay? This has got a Moorish look to it, in a way, right? I don't know. I'm trying to figure out what that symbol is. That's a weird symbol. I think these are old world here. I think definitely. I think that's where we got the idea for fire escapes. Just me opinion. There's that coffin looking thing. I wish I could remember what these are called. I know what these are. Sometimes you can't remember things when you need to. See, they got guys up here and they're redoing something here. See, I'm caught in the act. Busted. Y'all's busted. How you like them apples? Okay. Got horseshit flag. We definitely did that. We called Mr. Contractor, had him climb up there and get that. Oh my gosh, I got to show that. I got a video of a guy climbing like 100-foot flagpole. Maybe not 100 foot, maybe 50 foot, 60 foot. That's a tall son bitch, I tell you what. I got a film of a guy climbing a flagpole and sitting on top. It's crazy. Scrub cartouches up here. Lions representing the old world, or Tartaria. I said it. What you gonna do about it? Step on up. What you got? Nothing. You got a whole bunch of nothing. You looked in the bag, what'd you find? Nothing. Scrub cartouches. Got a little something on there. There's that coffin looking. I'm calling it a coffin looking thing. I don't know what it is. A shield maybe. I heard somebody one time call it a coffin, but I don't know. Maybe it's not a coffin. I don't know what the hell that is. That's a weird thing. They didn't know what the hell it was either. The Tartarian lion. I said it. Tartarian lion. 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 We should count them all up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, seriously, who's making all these lines? Laurel leaf of control right there. The circle symbology. Arched windows every freaking where. Got flowers. La-di-da-di-da-da-da-di-da. We've got a guy standing out here randomly because that's safe. Look how big that door is. Jeez, just scale this guy down to that. Yeah, that's crazy. Might have some underground action right there. Hard to tell. Surprised there's not pavement like there. It could be just I'm not that the picture's not good enough to see. It got a lot of ghost people. Anywho, got New York 1912 Washington Market Centennial with outside sheds removed by President McAney. Never heard. Okay. Also, new window fronts affording light and air for interiors, and the sidewalk restored to the public. It's a lot to say. Okie dokie. And let's make sure. No. Fred's over here. Fred is over here somewhere, I think. Well, maybe not. I don't think that's Fred. I bet Fred's over this way. Fred's over there somewhere. Fred's in town. Fred's always in town. Fred's doing. Check out these circle. Man, those are badass. Look at these heads right here. Looks like they're all different. That might be a horse head, maybe. Pyramid symbology, horseshit lettering we could do. We're fixing the roof here. It's like a ladder up there. Got an ether antenna going up. Mercury ball on top. Look at the symbology up on that thing. Little torus fields. That's a flat earth asterisk. That's part of the wind catcher system right there. It's that window that opens up. There's another one. That's when that one's opening up. So that's part of the wind catcher system. I don't know what that is right there. That's odd. La-di-da. And we got some funky looking buildings back here. That's Henry K's. I don't know. These are transoms right here. The area above the door and the glass display window is from here to here. This section is called the transom, and these are prism lights, and the same company made pavement lights. And if you had a better shot of this, I bet you that this has probably got pavement lights in the ground. That's Boss Man right there, in case you're wondering why he's staring at you. And look at the horse shit right here. We're going to build the store like this, but then we're going to put a horse shit opening with stairs because, well, we're crazy people. It reminds me, oh my gosh, of I used to be friends. I was never in a frat, but I was friends with the guys that started the local chapter of the Delta Chi fraternity in Raleigh, North Carolina. And they were the ones that originally went in there and they got this old house that's over on Hillsborough Street. I don't know if it's still there today, but it was an old Victorian style house. Big son bitch. And they made their fraternity in this house. And I used to go hang out with them. And the upstairs, the guys had in the fraternity had, well, I should say I don't know if they did it, but I think that they did it. But I know that it was done. Old world fire hydrant is they raised the floors in the bedrooms on the upper levels up. I remember it was a good 2 feet, maybe more. And so when you walked in a door to a bedroom, the bedrooms were huge. You had to walk upstairs, and then you were on a new floor. And then it was like a normal sized room, like a normal 8-foot ceiling. Oh, it seems like the ceilings might have been even higher. I don't remember, but it never. I just thought it was funny how they did it when I was there in the time. But now looking back, hindsight's 2020. I know that was an old world home, and they modified the floors. New York, 1916, Heckshire Building, probably butchered that, 50 East and 42nd Street and Madison Avenue. Oh, 50 East, 42nd Street. I'm not saying it perfectly. There it is, right there. You can read it for yourself. And that's pavement light right there, across the front there, no doubt. And that is pavement light right there. All that's pavement light except for the line right here in the front, and that is a vent that goes into the underground. And they have a subway here, so it's ventilating the subway. And this is 1916. Might have been done originally because the subway might have had smoke coming out of the trains, maybe. It's possible. I'm not sure. That's iffy. That's Fred right there, and he's checking out Wilma's hind end because that's what he does. And let's see, what are we gonna find? Floors and stores. Yeah, I bet. We stole the building. Now come rent from us. Jeez. Okay. Check out them Mudflood winners down there. I can't get any closer, sorry. You just have to admire the flood from a distance. Burglar proof. Yeah, yeah. Whenever you hear them words, burglar proof. It ain't nothing burglar proof. Shit. If somebody wants to get in, they gonna get in. I'm just gonna tell you that right now. Fireproof. There ain't nothing fireproof. Moth proof. There certainly ain't nothing moth proof. Boy, this is some horseshit signage. Oh man. Okay, I gotta move on. Oh man, what a world. Okay, let's go on up. And that reminds me of that building in that movie Ghostbusters. Hell, that might be the movie in Ghostbusters. What if there's those ball thingies? Got an eagle. Eagle represent the Phoenix and the Mercury. And got Torch Field. Some sort of symbols right there. What a hell of a building there. And scrub cartouches. Wow, man. Cornucopias. Keystones. I was watching this video the other day about in New York they're having tons of trouble with the old world facades falling, and so they came up with a law that said that building owners had to fix them, but in the meantime, while they fixed them, they had to put up sheds in front of the buildings. And if you take Google and you drop into New York, that you're always going to look around and find a shed, because there's so many. It's like $1 billion industry, right? But there's loopholes that, like, basically, if you put up the shed, you can loophole out of fixing the building, because the buildings are so costly and expensive and hard to fix, because basically we don't know how. There's very few people where it's just pain in the royal ass. Tartarian line. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do about it? You ain't gonna do shit. I said it. Get over it. And anyway, so that's why you have so many sheds in New York, is because it's a loophole. They're not gonna get rid of the sheds. They're there. They're there for good until we change the laws. That's messed up. Got New York 1920 Exchange Court Building at 52 Broadway and Exchange Place. And we'll go find. Got Fred and Wilma hanging out, doing some horsing. And that's coho cover. And da-dee-da-da. Got opening to the underground there. Pavement light, coho cover, pavement light. Old world fire hydrant, big ass archway. Look at that arch. My goodness. Look how big those arches are. My gosh. Oh, it's insanity. Total insanity. Scrub cartouches across the front here. Some little dudes. I don't know who these dudes are. That one looks like George Washington. I believe George Washington is an old world person that his statues were all over the place, and they created the narrative of the story of George Washington. I do not believe George Washington was the person that we've been told. I think the entire story is horseshit. Just me thinking. And that circle symbology, possibly a circumpunct. And there's an outcropping door, which is something I believe we made. This one's a spinner. We're trying to keep that air in. Look at that Taurus. Look how pretty that is. There's that weird looking. It's been called a coffin other places. I don't think it's a coffin. Maybe a shield. I might get on more on board with a shield. I don't know what it is. That looks like a Tartarian line right there, but it's hard to tell. Don't you get going. We ain't got time for no Chihuahua action tonight. We're in the middle of mudding, and you know that we do this every week, and we ain't got no time for it. If you just eat out of the bowl like a normal dog, instead of eating and carrying across the place and dropping and then barking at it and attacking it like it's a squirrel or something, you wouldn't have that problem. Just saying. Excuse the interruption. And we'll see what we can find up in New York City. A face up there. Looks like they scrubbed something off there. Man, that's Venetian shell. More arches. Ether antenna. They might have some portholes here. It's hard to tell. See, they a lot of times would modify them and they would close them off. Mainly they closed them off. I said zip it, and I mean it. I mean it now. Got time for that. And we got more ether antennas. There's some very hairy, vanilla sky looking mess here. Got the coin here. See, it's all facade. Face ad, maybe? I don't know. That looks like a circumpunct right there. Think the Target store symbol. That's a circumpunct. It's the original symbol for the creator. It's very, very straightforward. The idea being that the creator is the center and also the all. The inner circle is the creator is the center of everything, and the circle representing the all of the universe, or all of everything that is. But it's all God. Every bit of it. That's what the circumpunct is. And we got Palm Beach, Florida in 1910. Lake Worth and the Royal Pompano. Henry Flagler's Giant Hotel. Snell's Tiny Menagerie and Ferry Landing. And you got, back in the distance, you got this little tiny hotel back here. And over here, you got some little houses. And, you know, Mr. Contractor probably had something to do with these, because Mr. Contractor likes to do that. And looks like an arc light, maybe. And some kind of antenna there for something. Got a gazebo. Gazebos are interesting. I think they were, at least the older ones. I don't know about that one, but boss man sitting here in the woods doing boss manning. I'm just checking out all this beautiful Florida menagerie stuff. Snail prop, crocodile and the alligators. The great sea cow. The great sea cow. What the hell are y'all talking about? What a weird place. Anyways, just you know, this is I'm getting there. I'm just moving around. So we've got a train car. That's odd. Okay, and you know, they got this little place over here. This nice little, that's a pretty big building there. But anyways, and then there's old Henry Flagler's Hotel. you know. And that's not it there. That's just another small building, you know. Well, that's a pretty big. That's pretty. Yeah, that's a big building. Got something going on there. Anyways, we got to get over here to Henry Flagger's Hotel. Check that out. And see what they had going on. Oh, here we go. Now this is Henry Flagger's Hotel. Oh wait, let me expand it. Well, let me expand it so you can see it all. Oh wait. Oh there. Oh okay. There's Henry Flagger's Hotel. Let's get all in there. Okay, this is in 1910. Y'all, 1910 in Palm Beach, Florida. They needed a hotel this big. I don't know about y'all, but no. Pennsylvania Station, New York, as seen from Gimbel's Department Store, 1910. Okay, let's see. Cigars. People standing on the roof. No, more people standing on the roof. Why y'all always on the roof? I don't know, that's weird. There's Fred, Fred's Horse Built America. There's Wilma and Betty, all hanging out. Hush it, we ain't got time for that. We're in the middle of researching. Why are y'all sitting on a building? What the hell is up with these people? Just drive me nuts, man. All this craziness. It's just a whole, it's like, you ever taken a kid to a toy store and let them loose? That's what these people remind me of. They remind me of children that had been let loose in a big ass toy store and said, hey, here's some money, have fun. Don't spend it all in one place. And they let me look at it. Look at this little midget son bitch right here compared to that. I mean, damn. Seriously. Come on, man. That might be pavement light right there. And yes, they did do it on the roof too. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Oh, yes, they did. More than you realize. And are y'all sitting on the roof? Okay, we got people sitting on the freaking roof. What the hell are y'all doing? Why are y'all on the roof? Of all the freaking places in the world to sit and hang out and have your lunch, you gonna sit there on the peak of the roof. I can't do it. I don't know. Some of this stuff just rattles the mind. Absolutely mind-boggling. Let's check our clock. I can't really see it. It's an odd one. I don't know. We got eagles. Eagles represent the Phoenix and Mercury. Free energy too. There's another dude on the roof. What is up with these people on the freaking roof, man? There's more. What the hell are y'all doing? And more? Are you serious? Like it's normal. Like, you know, yeah, we do this all the time. Yeah. Why not? You don't do that? Look. But there's more. Yeah, there's more over here. What the hell are y'all doing? Why is that normal? I don't understand. Like, think about that. Do you do that today? Do you go hang out on the roof? Now, I'm not okay. I should say that, Yes, some people do go hang out on the roof. Yes, on the roof of buildings. Yes, I've had dinner on the sitting off the side of a I don't even know how tall it was. It was I'm trying to think. It was a Bank of America building, I think. Anyways, it was type skyscraper, probably 60 stories tall, something like that. We sat off the side of the top up there eating lunch one day just for giggles. But I mean, this is like a normal thing to these people. That's what it looks like. Check that out. I don't know. Very strange world. Richmond, Virginia, April 1865. Partial view of burned out district. Basically, do attack. And yeah. So yeah, this just is not. This doesn't add up to me. You light a city on fire and it does this. Leaves portholes. Oh, too far. Okay, there's Fred. He's up there leading the charge, getting out of town. Probably getting some bricks out. They're probably stealing the bricks, take them somewhere else. There's a chimney. It's not a chimney. I mean, seriously, it's funny. I have been to Richmond, Virginia once. I believe once, and I don't remember a thing about it, to tell you the truth. Other than we went for a special event, a private party at a hotel downtown, and I was plastered. I don't remember nothing. Woke up in a hotel room somewhere. Don't know how I got there, but it was provided, and I don't know. Look at Cannon sitting on the side. But I don't remember much about Richmond. But I don't remember seeing anything look like this. I know that. What I did see. Check out that ship back there. Must be a harbor there. Look at those windows. Those are cool. It's funny, you see this all the time. Homes that burn down and the only thing left is the chimney. Yet then we see these burned down cities and the bricks are destroyed, So how come, the chimneys can survive? It's unless you're using cheap brick, I don't know. There's so much. You should look into brick making. I'm studying brick making right now. Is one of the things. One Lord knows, studying so many things. What am I not studying at this point? I don't even know. It gets so lost. I'm working on so many different avenues of research. It's mind-boggling, this stuff. Incredible. Roller skating, 1910. So I'm gonna need some of these in my stocking next year because those are badass. I don't even know how that works. It looks like he steps down and maybe it propels. That is in 1910 some high-tech ass shit right there. I don't know. Navy airship ZR-1 USS Shenandoah under construction in 1922 to 23 at Lakehurst Naval Air Station, New Jersey. The 680-foot, 36-ton Zeppelin, the first rigid airship to use helium rather than hydrogen, crashed in 1925. Oh, boom. So this is a Zeppelin getting built. There's definitely something to the Zeppelin. Good grief, look how small those cars are comparatively. I love it when you see something like a person or a car or something, you know the size next to something that's large, because then you get scale. It reminds me of when what's the aviator? What's it? Howard Hughes was making Hell's Angels, and how he wanted to put clouds behind the planes when they were shooting them, and they waited so long because you couldn't see the motion and how fast the planes were going when they shot it on a clear day. But this is the same effect. You get it, like if you look at just this, you say, man, that's pretty big, but then your scale really comes from the juxtaposition between the tiny little thing and the big ass thing. Here's another picture of it, more in completion. Same info. Looks like they're working on the skin here. This is probably just an old world factory that they found, or it could be an old world factory and this is in when they were building it. I don't know. Yes, I realize it's steel. They had steel buildings in the old world. Newsflash. Here it is when it's being pulled out, I guess. It's finished. I'll put your star on there. You got you a crowd. But yeah, these Zeppelins are definitely old world. Traffic Squad Parade 1908. Mayor George McClellan alighting from auto on the plaza at Union Square. Max McClellan, New York mayor from 1904 to 1909, was the son of Civil War General George B. McClellan. Oh, okay. We'll keep it in the family. That's a beautiful car. That's your Masonic checkerboard tires. Top hat and nuts. Johnny Law on the scene as usual. They're the local foot soldiers for the elite. I just thought this was interesting. This poll here, I just thought this was an interesting insight into things. I like seeing things when they're broken like that, because you get an idea of what's going on inside. So that's cool. That dude's got him a big ass horn. Damn. Dang, son, you got a big horn. Hey. You got Wall Street East from Nassau Street in 1911. And there's Jackass Morgan and his Mudflood place. That's a flat earth asterisk right there. You got your vertical, your horizontal, and your X. Yeah, Fred's a horse built America, in case you didn't know, needed to know, wanted to know. Either way, I told you. And you got coal hole cover here. You got coal hole cover here and here and here and here and here with pavement light in it. So that's pavement light coal hole covers. That's a rarity to see. There's your horseshit George Washington with his fasciste. Fasciste, very important. Okay, there is that right there is Telltale's bullshit to me. Look how these stairs are. I believe we added these. Looks like that column goes into there, right? And then look at this. We had to add this because people were busting their ass going up and down. You couldn't have thought through that when you built that maybe people might fall down the stairs. I'm just saying. Just putting it out there. old little fire hydrant. There's we had to add stairs here because the door's too high. Probably windows and doors below ground. And and we got torch fields there. More coal hole covers up the front here. I think these flag poles here, I think these came off the top of the buildings and we pulled them down and put them off to the side because we realized, well, flags don't go on top of buildings. Duh. You don't see it today, do you? Why do you think that is? And they cut her arm off, her hand off. What are they saying there? I-873. You know, this is right around where, you know, Wall Street, you know, is. I mean, it's just interesting that J.P. Morgan's got his ass plopped right down there in the middle of it. And if you don't know, Morgan was the front man for Rothschild. So he was, you know, basically sucking at the tit of Rothschild, covering for him as J.P. Morgan. They were trying to, they didn't want Rothschild, the name, to be, you know, tainted. And so they put Morgan here, and he took the rap for being the asshole that Rothschild was. I mean, Morgan was a dickhead too, but Rothschild was behind him. A lot of roads end up back at Rothschild's front door. Just saying. Yep. Take that whole family and just wipe them off the earth, and we're going to be doing some good. I'm just saying. If they disappeared tomorrow, then it would be a better world. They're shitty people. Really, 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 really shitty people. And we got Washington circa 1900, Jack Blaine residence. The imposing 1800s home of James Blaine, Republican from Maine and three-time presidential aspirant. What a word. The house, the only surviving example of the castles that once ringed DuPont Circle. And, you know, as you're doing this research, you'll learn more and more that at one time that there were mansions, big freaking mansions all over the country, and they burned them down, they demolished them, they moved them, they changed them, they did all kinds of sort of things, and they're just, so many of them are gone. And I mean, just incredible freaking structures. And we pass it off, or we used to pass it off. Those are Mudflood windows, more Mudflood windows, lady in uniform, beautiful wrought iron. Oh man, that might even have, maybe that's brass top railing or something. That's pretty. Wow. But I mean, we passed it off as, oh, well, they're rich, so they could build a home like this and throw it away. Dental cobble, right there. Looks like teeth. That's why they call it that. Ether finial, ether fencing, porthole. That's part of the wind catching system. This is probably part of the wind catching system here too. Porthole here. It's probable, my guess is that the air would come in through the portholes on the top here, and then it would work through the building and then come out. It might even come in here too, and then come out through the chimneys. These were the ins and the chimneys were the outs, because you had an in with the air and an out with the old air, and they recirculated the air so you had fresh air. Because, you know, I don't know if you realize this, but we need fresh air to breathe. So when you build a structure, you need to breathe clean air, fresh air. hence why they had old world wind catcher systems. And see how they hide the mud flood with they leave the mud in place and they make it look like they call it landscaping. It's mud. And we got Washington D.C. Sidney Lust Leaders Theater circa 1920. And man, I tell you what, if all the theaters in the world looked as cool as this one, I think that I would want to go to the movies more, because I mean, who wouldn't want to go see a movie in this place? It's just very inviting. Like, man, what's that place got showing tonight? Man, that looks pretty cool, man. But now it's like, you know, the movie's horse shit before you go see it, because, well, Hollywood made it. And what's this dude wearing? What the hell are you wearing, dude? I don't even know. That's odd. Weird. Very interesting, though, that the world back then, just a different world altogether. It had its good things, you know. We got our good things now. Got our bad things too, but they had their good things and they had their bad things. One thing they had that was good was they had flat earth asterisks. Y'all think I'm joking about this flat earth asterisks now. One day you're going to be like, that damn beast, this son bitch knew what he was talking about, that dang flat earth asterisks. I thought that was pure crazy talk. Keep laughing. Keep laughing till you ain't laughing, and that's when you got it. And what do we got? I mean, what in the world? They love this flower symbology. Leaves falling. That's fleur-de-lis, that represents the torus field around us. Scrubbed cartouche up here. It's not a fasciste, but it reminds me of a fasciste. We probably banged that 1910 into there. There's more flower symbology. Thing reminds me of Dante's death mask or something. I don't know. Ah! Scary. I mean, what in the world? It got this here. Just so weird. That's all for the movies. Okay, wow. Washington, D.C., 1923, Victor Building, 9th Street Northwest. And we've got third rail system, meaning it's either a cable pulled system or a electrical conduit system. Flat earth asterisks, there it is again. Floral leaf for control. Flat earth asterisks are everywhere. When you see a symbol, that's a symbol. When you see a symbol over and 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 over, and at some point you know, oh, that might mean something. Duh. Reminds me of Billie Eilish. Duh. Pavement light. Pavement light, pavement light, pavement light. Pavement lights everywhere. Why is pavement light everywhere? Because that's how they hit the mud flood. It's one of the ways. I'm telling you, pavement light's important. Learn all you can. Watch my videos, Shedding New Light on Pavement Light. Collaboration with Michelle Gibson. Y'all like her? Go check it out. It's really good. You learn a lot. Scrub cartouches there. Arches with keystones. Phoenician shells. More Phoenician shells. And lions for Tartaria. I said it. Oh yeah, and flat earth asterisks. Because, well, you know, I'm telling you, that's the symbol for flat Earth. That's it. It's right there. It's in front of your face. And I'm challenging you, when you're watching TV, pay attention and you will see it in television today. And at first you'll be like, oh, yeah, whatever. Oh, yeah, there's that flat earth asterisk. Yeah. And at some point you'll be like, no, man, they're showing us something. And it'll stand out to you. Well-dressed pedestrians glance at a beggar peddler holding a small child and a box of Wrigley spearmint gum on Broadway, New York City. She's just trying to make her a little coin, trying to feed her family. That's sad. Got something in the underground there, probably ventilation underground. Got pavement light there. Those are round pavement lights. They had different kinds. They weren't all the same. There were different companies, and different companies had different ways of doing it because they were patented. And I have the patents in my collection. And there's a bunch of them. Just staring at her like, look at this bitch. Hey, did you eat today? So yeah, you ate today. She didn't. You ate, and that's boss man. Just saying. Woodrow Wilson's inauguration. Woodrow Wilson and W.M. Howard Taft leaving the White House in 1913. Top hat dumbasses. These guys are, man, these guys, they really put up with a lot of shit. There, that reminds me of what's that movie, The Butler? That was interesting. But I just thought this was interesting here because, we know that the White House goes into the ground. And, well, there you go. Workhorse Parade obstacle test on Union Square in New York. Anheuser-Busch and Borden teams in 1908. That's a lot. Okay, and there's Fred and his cousins, and they're gonna drive the Budweiser beer around in some sort of competition and beat his other cousins. They're having a day off from moving all this brick because they're damn tired of moving brick. I'm telling you, they're really sick and tired of moving all our brick capacitors. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see. What are we going to find? Eagle representing the Phoenix. And didn't China buy Anheuser-Busch? Something like that? I don't know. I think I heard something about that. I don't know. If they did, that's like, there's something wrong. Yeah. Torres Fields. Furs. More capacitors up there. Phoenician shells. And if there's this stuff all over the world, and you can go and look today at what you still have left, because there's a lot of it still left. They destroyed a lot. This is the same event. This purdy. Florida Lee representing the Torres Field. That thing is wicked. That's an ether fence right there. That'll get you some ether right there. Ether finial. I mean, Fred's in there somewhere. I think Fred's got a jackass on him right here. Yeah. Check this thing out. What does that do, Dad? That's a weird thing. Well, we got big plants there. Must be hiding something. Big archways. Big ass doors. Big archways, big ass doors everywhere. Look at that thing. Good grief. That's astronomical. Bum 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 bum. Let's see. Got those ball thingies again. Horseshit fire escapes, but these ones, the porches right here, I think might have been there already. Just an opinion. Okay, and here's one last photo of that. And I just thought these horses were purty horses. I had a job when I was a boy at a horse stable. You know, shoveling crap and feeding horses and all that mess. And I don't want to get on a horse. I had a bad experience on a horse when I was real little, and it's just got me to where I didn't want to ride a horse. Even though I could have ridden a horse. They used to tell me to ride. They used to tell me to ride the horses in. You know, go get the horse. They said, go get the horse. I go get the horse, and I come back walking across these huge fields. And I'm like, why don't you just hop on it and ride it? Oh, I ain't getting on that thing. I'm telling you, I ain't getting on that thing. I ain't getting on a motorcycle either. Had bad experience on a motorcycle too. All I know is they asked me if I wanted to ride the dirt bike, and I said yeah. And I jumped on, but they didn't tell me how to do it. And I just pulled the handle back, and they didn't tell me how to ride it. I just jumped on, and you know, boys, we just go. And I pulled the handle back, the throttle, and next thing I know, I woke up. I had a white T-shirt on and when I woke up, I had a tire track across my chest. And everybody's laughing their ass off, but it knocked me out. Now, I don't know what the hell happened. They thought it was funny as hell. I still don't know what happened. I ain't getting on no damn motorcycle, I tell you that. 1908, German airship in flight over Bodinsey. I don't know where the hell that is. Anywho, Model L Z2. Model L Z2. I don't know. Another airship, because y'all like airships. I thought I'd share. I run across these a lot, so I don't know. People are really interested in airships. I don't focus on them, but if you guys focus on them, then I'll show you some. If you like that. I'm putting the music back in tonight. That's interesting. Behind me, kind of give it a little more of a better, more relaxed feel. So I hope that, I know some people are kind of iffy on it, but I think overall people seem to enjoy it. So I'm gonna keep trying it for now, and we'll see how that goes. This is a work in progress. It'll never be finished. So I want to continue to improve, and I never want to be stagnant. I don't like stagnation. So I like to continually evolve. Now, you can't evolve everything at one time. So I'll evolve a little of this and a little of that, a little of this, a little of that, and through time things will not be stagnant. You can't do it all in one day. And we got Washington, D.C., circa 1921, aerial view looking toward Capitol and Washington Monument. And that's the tallest building in Washington still to this day. Big old penis symbol in the middle of the city. big old chimney. It's not a chimney. Look how big that structure is. Actually, a nice little castle back here. I wonder if that's the Smithsonian. I don't know. Big old dome, more chimneys, the Capitol building. I believe that's the post office. That's a wind catcher. And there's a little GIF in the back of the video tonight with that shows a wind catcher. And I'm trying to get this idea of the wind catcher out to help people understand that, you know, this is how they ventilated the buildings and how they temperature regulated the buildings. They didn't have air conditioning. It was a better climate before the reset, is my thinking. And you know, there was a lot different back then. I don't believe that they ate like we do. I believe that's the reason you don't find kitchens and toilets, and that's why we had to put out. They didn't eat like we do. That's why we could build buildings like this, supposedly, and still had to build an outhouse to take a shit in, because we're, you know, idiots. I mean, so anyways, this looks like a flat earth asterisk right here. I can't 100% confirm it, but that's what it does look like. And what are we gonna find? Tourist fields right here. Got mudflood windows here. Got a mudflood door going in the ground there. More mudflood windows. And this is another building over here with mudflood windows. Got a chimney. They've put a cross in this one, which is probably just painted on. I can't imagine they actually added the more windows down at ground level. It's ridiculous. Weird buildings. Windows below ground here, and more windows below ground. Doors below ground right here. Another door here. I mean, how weird is that? Then they had to add a door up. It just doesn't make sense. I mean, look at this horse shit. This building, to level this up, to get they're coming out of the second floor here, but they want to go into the first floor over here. Or the basement. God, this is confusing. They're going out of the first floor, which is actually, you know, off the ground here, and they're coming down and going to the basement here. I mean, seriously? I mean, who's writing the narrative? Who? I just, this narrative don't make sense. But anyways, you know, this has been one hell of a year for me. And things are looking a little different in 2022. And I'm gearing up to hopefully have a very productive year next year. This last year has not been the most productive for me personally, but that tide seems to be turning, and it's a big ship that's having to turn here, and I look forward to a better 22 than 21, and I hope you guys have a great year. Thank you for all your love and support, and I will catch you on the flip side. BEAGS out.
Say woof again! Say woof again!
I've got one that can see.
This is my kung fu, and it is strong.
See you later.